Back with the NBA playoffs, where the Portland Trail Blazers look to make it 2-0 against the Phoenix Suns. Rasheed Wallace there with the slam. Brian Grant here with the jumper. And then Grant again after the nice move from Walt Williams, helping the Blazers to a 5-point halftime lead. The Suns gave it all they had, though. Jason Kidd finding Jordan McLeod for the three as Phoenix moved within one, but the Blazers continued to pour it on. Damon Stoudemire blowing by Randy Livingstone for the lay-in as Portland iced it 110-99. Meanwhile, in the Eastern Conference, Miami Heat recovered from a disastrous Game 1 to level the series with the New York Knicks at 1 game apiece after an 83-73 victory at home. Game 3's in New York on Wednesday. In Atlanta, meantime, a career-high playoff tally of 28 points from Dikembe Mutombo helped the Hawks to an 89-69 victory over the Detroit Pistons that gives Atlanta a 2-0 lead in the best-of-5 series.
In the Western Conference Monday in Utah, Karl Malone and company played the second installment of their opening round series with Sacramento. Serbia's Vlade Divac not shy in expressing his frustration to the ref after being tossed around by the Jazz center, but in the end, Utah would be the team most frustrated. Chris Webber with a follow-up slam, and the Kings are off and running. Still in the first half, Divac backs it on Greg Foster. Divac hits the lay-in, draws the foul. Kings up by 11. Closing seconds of the opening half, Utah's Shandon Anderson finds Foster for the open jumper. That ends the first half. Jazz up by 3. The Kings, though, wouldn't go away. On the break, watch Williams behind the back to Webber. Off to Williamson for the slam. Webber with 7 assists, 5 rebounds, 20 points as Sacramento evens the series at a win apiece. What wasn't apparent during the Kings' decisive win in Utah Monday was that the team literally rode the injured back of Chris Webber. While suffering through several weeks of back spasms, Webber still managed to star. So it goes for a player whose career is on the rebound. Here's our Tom Rinaldi.
Just like the end of a game, a lot of people screaming shoot. You got to look at the shot clock, or it's just a lot of noise and confusion where you just want to scream and just
That was the echo of Chris Webber's summer, spent soul-searching alone in Detroit. He was trying to bridge the gap between his talents and his troubles and finally solve himself. He was the man who would not be a king, bitter about a trade from the country's capital to basketball's backwaters in Sacramento. But if Webber arrived this season wanting to raise his game while hiding his smile, he realized the solution was learning how to smile again.
I would make sure that I practiced hard, that I went home, that I did certain things, but it was really with no feeling. I really did come here detached from, emotions and from trying to make special friendship with guys, that type of thing, but that didn't last long.
This was the season Chris Webber had to have for himself more than anyone else. He became the first player in 5 years to average 20 points and 13 rebounds a game. He also became the Kings' leader, mentioned as an MVP candidate in bringing Sacramento to the playoffs for just the second time this decade. All this after a disastrous 1998 in Washington, when Webber was in court as much as on the court.
I'm just sitting here smiling. When last year, this time, you wouldn't have seen me smiling about, 2 or 3 months. And I'm definitely happy, and it's just, oh man, it's just the direct opposite. Last year was total destruction and total emptiness, and this year I feel fulfilled.
If there was an appropriate award for Chris Webber to win this season in Sacramento, it would be the title that he actually claimed as the NBA's best rebounder. Because for Webber, after last season, rebounding is not just a statistic, it's a perfect metaphor.
I guess I'm pretty good at rebounding in life because I made some mistakes and I've gotten back up pretty quick. But I just like the fact that when I think of rebound, I think of hard work.
Divac will put it up, and Divac misses, and by Chris Webber.
Perhaps Webber's defining moment this season was another metaphor, a game-winning tip-in over the Lakers, who he wanted to play for instead of the Kings. It was a play by someone in the right place at the right time.
Just where I've come from in a year, just to see, where I could have gone and where I am, I thank God for it. So a lot of things this year happened that I never thought in my wildest dreams would happen.
In Sacramento, I'm Tom Rinaldi.